Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel once again, and in today's video I'll be covering the round 3 and round 4 of the Bengal Firefly Cup, that is from the SilphArena, and the third and fourth round. So it went well, but in the fourth round I actually messed things up because I was not quite feeling well, because I am having some health issues today that is not kind of an excuse, but still that's the harsh reality that I had to face. But still I'm going to cover that those battles, and I'll be sharing these battles with you guys to have a look. And let's pop up the teams for the first round over here. And so the third round is against Hitesh 1491, that's my opponent, and he's running a team of Beedrill, normal Raichu, Kanto Raichu, along with Forretress, Toxicroak, Frostlass, and alolangravelar. This is kind of a really strong team and really meta picks for this cup as well. So Beedrill, Raichu, Forretress, this looks really great because like these are having access to drill runs. Beedrill is having access to drill runs, and I believe Raichu is a really great pick with Thunder Punch and Wild Charge as well. So apart from that, Forretress is also great because it is having access to Mirror Shot, Sandtom, Earthquake as a nuke move, and Toxicroak is such a good counter user or a fighter over here in this meta, along with Frostlass, which is an excellent safe swap, and alolangravelar. So I'm not quite sure what this golem is actually running. It might be a volt switch or rollout. So nevertheless, with my team over here, in my team Toxicroak looks really great because Toxicroak is having access to counter and mud bomb, because that can put up some neutral damage all along the 6 Pokemons that my opponent is having, because either it is kind of steel, electric, or poison, to which my ground type move of mud bomb from Toxicroak and counter can really come handy over here. So as a safe swap, I think I will be using Forretress once again, because there is nothing in this team as well which can hard resist my Forretress over here. And for my closure, I'll be using, I believe, alolangravelar in this first battle for the first set against Hitesh, because he's having a Raichu and Frostlass in the back. So I believe Frostlass and Raichu will be the closure for my opponent. So that is the reason I'll be using Golem over here in the closure over in the first battle. So so my team composition becomes the lead with Toxicroak, my safe swap with Forretress over here, and my closure over here with my alolangravelar, alolangraveler rather. And apart from that, in the upcoming matchups in the first set against Hitesh, I'll be using the same kind of team composition, but I'll be using a different kind of mindset to build around. So such as since I'm using Toxicroak in the first matchup, I'll be switching up lead later on to use Galvantula in the lead, which is also a good counter for this whole team apart from alolangravelar. So now, not to delay in the introduction much more, I'll be straightforwardly going into the first battle over here, and I pick up a lead of Forretress over here with my Toxicroak. So Forretress is, as I've already mentioned, it is kind of a bulky Pokemon in this meta as well, to which I will be going for the first mud bomb. So this is going to be neutral over here, yeah, but it does almost 30% of the opponent's Forretress's health. So this is quite quick to be a earthquake. So I let the first charge move go through, and they're running actually Sandtom, which is not actually the recommended move set, and I can easily go for the hard farm. And now they comes back with their Frostlass over here. So for Frostlass, I do have a not neutral, but it is kind of a resisted mud bomb. But since Frostlass is kind of glassy, I will be going forward again with the next mud bomb, which in turns gives me the first shield from my opponent's end, so which is really nice because now I have got myself into switch advantage and shield advantage. So now I believe I will be coming back with my Forretress over here because because Forretress is kind of bulky in this scenario. So now I will be letting the first charge move go through, which will be a Shadow Ball in this case, and it does 50% of my health, and it comes back with a Toxicroak. This is really tough for me because now I have to shield up this this Mud Bomb from Toxicroak, and I have to I hope I can reach one Earthquake in time before they can farm me down with counters. So I reached the Earthquake 2 in time, but this is not really great if they shield it up. So they let the charge move go through over here, which does one-shot the Toxicroak from that kind of great health. And now I'll be swapping back into my alolangravelar over here, which in turn outpaces the Forretress over here to get to the Rock Blast, which will be enough to get the knockout, and in turn giving me the win for the first battle of the set with Hitesh, which is really nice for me. So now I'll be switching up leads over here. I will be coming back with my Galvantula over here, and they comes back with their own Beetle over here. So Beetle is also a great pick for this meta as well, because Poison Jabs along with X-Scissor and Drillon does have a neutral coverage all over the meta. To which I believe I will be going for the first lunge, which I do land, and I get the attack drop over here, and I'll be switching out into my own Forretress over here. So for Forretress, I'll be going for the first mirror shot, and I'll be letting the mirror shot go through with no bubbles, because I am quite sure that they will be going to give me the first shield from their end. So that is the reason I'll be letting it no bubbles, and I too end up shielding the next Shadow Ball from my opponent's Forretress over here, and they comes back again with their own Toxicroak. So since I have Earthquake of my own, I'll be not waiting this time. I'll be going for the Earthquake once again, and they lets it go once again, and I do end up getting the knockout for the Toxicroak for that huge health. And that this game is already wrapped up, I believe, because now they will be throwing the next X-Scissor, which will be enough to get knockout for my Forretress. But I do have a really great position right now, because I do have a healthy Toxicroak along with a healthy Galvantula onto my back, which can easily take like 2 neutral damage with the movesets that I'm running. And I do realize now that my opponent's Beedrill is not actually running Poison Jab but Infestation. So I'm not quite sure what is the recommended moveset, but I believe Poison Jab is better. So to which I let the first charge move go through this time, and that was an X-Scissor, to which I'll be letting the next charge move go through as well, which was a Drillon, and will be enough to get the knockout for my Toxicroak. But now I am in driver's seat right now. So because I am having a shield advantage right now, I am holding on to one shield. I will be shielding up this Drillon, which will not be enough to get the knockout, but still I don't want to take any chances. To which I will be going for the next discharge of my own, which will be enough to get the knockout for this low Beetle over here, and in turn giving me the win for the second battle for the first set of round 3 as well. So GG's to my opponent. Moving into the next round, I switch up lead yet again. So since they are actually using Toxicroak very often, so I came with a lead of my anti-flyer, which is my Golbat over here, but I hard lose the lead over here. To which they comes with their rollout golem, and they went for the wild charge after I safe swapped into my own Forretress over here. So now since I've landed 2 earthquakes back to back into the matchups over here, previous matchups over here, I'll be letting the first mud bomb go through, and now I'll be going for the bait move of mirror shot. So I believe this will be enough to get the first shield, and I do get the first shield from my opponent. So that was a really great mind game from my end. So I don't want to actually disrespect anyone, but it was kind of a really great call from my end. So I will be going for the next mirror shot once again. Barely I could reach to the next mirror shot, which I believe won't be enough to get the knockout for this Toxicroak over here, but now I can come back with my own Golbat over here and I can get some farm over here, to which I will be hoping to get the final shield from my opponent's end, because they came with their golem over here, to which I think I'll be shielding up this time. So they went for the Rock Blast and I shielded up. So Rock Blast will be super effective, but still it won't be enough to get the knockout for this golem as well. So to which I will be going for the bait once again of my own, which is the Poison Fang, and I do get the final shield from my opponent here as well. So which is really nice for me, because now they will be going for the next Wild Charge to get the knockout, but their defense is now 3 times lower, to which I will be going for the next Volt Switches, which is actually chunking very much from this golem over here, and they went for the Wild Charge once again, and now their defense is actually 4 times debuffed and they are not switching out. So I'm quite sure that they are having something that is really weak to Graveler into the backline, and they have got a Frostlass, to which I will be getting to the next Stone Edge in time, which will be just more than enough to get the knockout for the Frostlass because of its partial ice typing on it, and that will be all for the first set, and it was a 3-0 from my end, and GG's to Hitesh for these battles. And now, before moving into the next round of the tournament over here, let's look into my opponent's team over here, which is C10. So C10 is actually running Vigoroth along with Frostlass, Kanto Raichu, Toxicroak, alolangravelar and Litleo. So this is also a very strong team, and actually I'm scared of Litleo this time, because Litleo is actually having access to Fire Fang and Ember, but Ember is actually the recommended move along with Flame Charge and Crunch for coverage. So apart from that, this team is also having 2 counter users, which is Toxicroak and Vigoroth. So I have to watch out for that, because my Graveler and Obstagoon doesn't want to face those, and I am actually very much not in a mood to take risk with Forretress, because it will be getting hard-walled by the Litleo over here. So that is the reason I thought of making a buff team over here along with Obstagoon, because I am quite sure that Vigoroth and Toxicroak will not be used in a same team, because they are actually both counter users, and Vigoroth is actually used in as a safe swap. So that is the reason I came with the idea of using Obstagoon in the lead along with a Toxicroak safe swap and alolangravelar in the closure over here. So the team that I'm going to use for the first set, first battle of the round 4 of this set, that is the Obstagoon is the lead, safe swap of Toxicroak and alolangravelar in the closure over here. So that is the reason. So since my Toxicroak is actually having a really great matchup against the whole team over here as a whole of my opponent, so that is the reason I'm using it on the safe swap. And I am not quite sure that they will not be running double counter users, so that is the reason I'm using Obstagoon in the lead as well. So that's the team comp that I'm going to use in the first battle, and let's check out in the battle how this team performed. So now I'll be leading into a Obstagoon lead with alolangravelar, and I was a bit late to swap out into my Toxicroak over here, because they almost threw 2 counters to my Obstagoon over here, and my Toxicroak is now lagging behind on energy. And now, since I shielded up the first Mud Bomb over here and I sneaked in one counter, which is really nice, but they did sneak in 1 counter of their own as well, which is not really great for me. And I did sneak in the second counter as well, to which I will be going for the next mud bomb, and I have to shield up this mud bomb in time as well. So that is the reason I'll be going for the next mud bomb over here after charging up a bit of extra energy. And let's see if I can get the final shield from my opponent. Yeah, I do get the final shield from my opponent, but they will be outpacing me to the next mud bomb over here, which is not a great thing. And now I did a mistake over here. I came back with my Obstagoon over here and almost took 3 counters, and it did half of my health, which is not a great thing. And now I do have a counter once again. So actually they're running double counter, which I did not anticipate while I was battling this with this opponent over here. So they're actually running Graveler with double counter user over here, to which now I'll be coming back with my Graveler over here, and I'll be going for the Stone Edge, which actually does not knock out the Graveler over here. And now I believe they will be going for their own Stone Edge over here, but Stone Edge will not be enough for them to knock me out. But still, I can now come back with my Obstagoon, but I believe they have a loaded Rock Blast, which will be enough to get the knockout for my very low Obstagoon over here, and that will be a really great game from my opponent's end. And kudos to C10. So what I did not anticipate, they usually use that team only. So moving into the next battle, I am switching up leads over here in this time, and I came back with my Toxicroak in the lead and Galvantula as a safe swap, to which I believe they will be going for the Thunder Punch this time, but they are actually running Brick Break, which is fine, which is resisted by my poison and fighting typing, to which I have to opt to shield this for this next time, and they went for the wild charge. And I believe this was a CMP tide, to which this is the ideal scenario, and I'll be no shielding, no bubbling this time. My mud bomb over here, and let's see what my opponent comes back with. So they comes back with their own Toxicroak once again, to which I'll be going for the next mud bomb. And this is also not a great thing because I gave up switch this time, to which I will be going for the next lunge in time. But since they threw over here, I will be going to shield the first mud bomb, but because that will be that will opt to have the most damage, because now I'll be debuffing my opponent with lunge over here, to which they opt to shield up that time as well. And now I will be going for the discharge over here. So for discharge, it does neutral damage, but since Galvantula is actually really attack weighted, it almost does 50% of my opponent's Vigoroth's health. But now I am in a very tough situation because I will be coming back with my Toxicroak over here, and I'm not quite sure what they are having onto their back. I am sure they are having their own Toxicroak onto their back, but this is a mistake which I did. I thought that I will be able to get to one mud bomb before they could take me out, but they actually countered me down, and now they have enough energy to throw one mud bomb, and they do get the win for the second battle here as well. So that was GG's to my opponent. Great game. And now I will be jumbling up on my team once again. So now I will be using a team with Toxicroak in the lead, along with Galvantula in the safe swap and Golbat in the back, because I have seen that they are actually running both 2 counters all the time. So that is the reason I will be using my anti-counter, anti-fighter over here with the Golbat, and let's see how this team performs over here. So now I'll be resuming the video once again, and let's see how this team performs. Though I have lost the set, but still I'll be playing it for the win. So now I pick up a lead over here with Frostlash once again. So I'll be going for the first mud bomb over here, which does resisted damage, but still it chunks because Frostlash is actually kind of glassy. And I believe they will be going for the next Avalanche, which was a CMP tie, and Avalanche does hit really hard from this kind of range, and it almost does knock out for almost takes the Toxicroak out from that kind of a range, and they switches into their own Vigoroth over here, so which is really nice for me, to which I'll be shielding up the first body slam over here, and I'll be going for the next lunge this time to debuff my opponent, and I'll be again swapping into my anti-counter over here, like anti-fighter, which is the Golbat. So I'm quite sure that they have their own Toxicroak once again in their backline. So I should have used this anti-fighter over here in maybe the first 1 or 2 round of the round 4 as well, but I did not use that. I was not quite sure that they will be using this double counter team, so to which I will be going for the heart farm this time as well. After landing one poison fang, I'll be going for the heart farm. So let's see. Yeah, I do take one body slam from that kind of range, and now I will be going for the next poison fang once again, because this is kind of the like a debuffing move set, and they throws over here. So this is really nice for me, because now I can come back with my Galvantula over here and get an extra farm onto my opponent over here, to which I believe they will be coming back with their Toxicroak this time. But let's see. I'm quite sure that they are having Toxicroak into their backline, but they comes back with their Figure-Out, and they cannot reach one more body slam, and I do get the farm down with Volt switches. So to which, since they are having like one shield right now, I will be going for the next lunge here as well. But they threw over here. So this is going to be the next mud bomb, which I have to definitely shield, because my Galvantula is rather very weak and very low on health as well, to which I'll be going for the next lunge over here, which indeed will give me the final shield from my opponent end. And now I'll be outpacing the Toxicroak to the next mud bomb over here, and I will be throwing the next lunge, which will be enough to get the knockout for this Toxicroak, and I indeed get the win for the final battle of round 4 as well. So that was a 2-1 over here, but it should have been a like different case if I would have run anti-flyer in my first and second battle of the round 4. But nevertheless, it was a very interesting and fun battles playing with C10 over here in the round 4 of Firefly Cup for the SilphArena, which is really nice. So that will be all for this video, and if you guys are liking the content on this channel, do like, share and subscribe to it, and share with your friends as well. And that will be all for this video, and see you again in the next one. Till then, peace.